G'day everyone, Raid0AU and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever. This is the America campaign and we are now heading towards Mission 4. In the last episode we finished off the Panama Canal and got all our medals there. So now we're heading into Mission 4, which is motor industry. So let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Industry is booming around the Great Lakes. Food for the entire nation is produced in the areas surrounding Chicago, and the automobile industry is growing in Detroit. The automobile is opening up new possibilities for transportation. Trucks can deliver large quantities of goods to the most remote corners. The automobile is still the exclusive pleasure of the affluent, but it could soon become a mass-produced commodity and revolutionize the entire transport industry.
All right. So it looks like this is all about automobiles and trucks. Alright, let's head in there. I will see you guys once it is loaded up.
It is the year 1909, and there's not much to complain about here in the Midwest. There's a spirit of optimism. Completely new production methods are opening up new possibilities and business opportunities. A stake in the automobile industry. Now that would be an interesting investment. Our friend William Durant is planning something big, and we could get on board. We still lack the necessary capital, but in just a couple of years, we will also be profiting from the auto business.
Okay. So let's have a look at the medals that we've got here. So, speed record. Ensure the first motor races can take place before 1925. So it's 1910. Oh, we've got 15 years to do that. Furtive. See to it that you don't get caught by the police. Alright. Rich in success. Only those who have had at least 25 million in their own pockets once in their life are taken seriously in the automobile industry. Alright, so we start off with 10 million, but we want to make at least 25 million at some point. Okay, so it's the opposite of the last one where we couldn't go above 10, or we didn't want to hit 10. Now we need to make as much as possible. Stroke of luck. It would be more hygienic for all involved if the pigs were slaughtered in a conventional manner. That always sounds handy if that happens. Large crowds. Make sure that at least 25 people are waiting at one stop at once to make a pilgrimage to the motor races. Okay. Alright. Let's have a look around the map to start off with. So we've got Indianapolis down here. You can see time's gone on a bit, so the architecture has changed once again. Starting to get a few high-rise or higher-rise buildings, like this one here. This here is the Indianapolis racetrack. Alright, so this is what the whole mission is centered around, is this thing here. What do we got here? Chicago Farm 2. Chicago Food Processing. I'm guessing this is Chicago Farm 1. Okay. There's 1 and 2. Construction Materials Plant. Oil refinery. Alright, we've got some oil over there. We've got some stone over here. Alright. What's this? Distillery. Okay. That might be that metal furtive. See to it you don't get caught by the police, because this would be during the time of Prohibition. So I'm thinking we probably need to ship some stuff into Chicago or something like that. We will look at that. Alright, let's see what we've got to start off with.
The automobile business is the market of the future. We should invest in it. But first, we're going to need a tidy sum of seed capital. This is easiest earned satisfying the most mundane of human needs, food and drink. The people are hungry for meat, and the transport of animals for slaughter is lucrative, so long as this bloody business doesn't give you the heebie-jeebies. Nowhere on earth is more meat prepared than in the Union stockyards of Chicago. The pigs enter at the front, and the cans exit at the back. A model example of rationality.
All right. I wonder whether it gives this is the easiest this is easiest earned satisfying the most mundane human needs, food and drink. Well, we're delivering food. I wonder if that's giving us a hint towards delivering this over here. All right, so we've got everything paused at the moment, and that's how we like it at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do, so this is processing plant. I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a road, medium road, 60 k's, 40 k's, do 60 k's. I want that to come over there, just so there's not as many. To me, it just makes more sense. Alright, so we'll go freight, and this one there's going to be quite a few trucks coming in and out, so delivering and taking. Whoops, I always press the... Alright. What I'll do is I'll place that one there. This is one of the larger ones. Okay. Then we need to deliver from here to here. So we'll go with a small one. Move it down as far as we can. We'll put it back there. That'll do. Just shortens the distance, and we want another one here. So probably about there. Okay, so that gives us, we can go from here to here, from there to there, and then we need to be delivering stuff into here. But the other metal that's available is metals. Let's see. Make sure that at least 25 people are waiting at one stop at once. Okay, so I think what we need to then do is we also want to be transporting passengers between Chicago and Indianapolis, and I think that's going to be our major income. We're going to get quite a bit of income from some of these delivery things, but this is going to be our main income. So what we will do here is we want to make sure it's on passenger. Only needs to be a terminal station. And I might actually put a bigger platform length to 240. And we will just make it, in fact I'll bring it out to there, I think. In fact, this one I'm going to make a through one. Only reason being I can then use that to put the depot on at the other end. So that's the reasoning behind it. Alright, we can go in there. Just connect that up with a road. Medium straight. Just upgrade that one. And that can just go there. Okay, so what we want to do, and we want to make sure we're covering everywhere. So here's industry down here, commercial is here. Let's just have a look at the commercial. What do they need? Goods. Residential. Okay. So now we want to be looking at putting a bus network in. So, and we'll just use bus stops. But we're going to want one near the railway station. On either side there. And there, there. So it comes straight up through the middle here. And I reckon I put one there. So the buses can go round that way, and they can come around that way as well. I think we've pretty well got everything covered. Or at least a good amount of it covered. Actually, we could probably do with another one down here. Okay. So it would go I reckon one will send round that way and the other one will send round that way. Yeah. Alright, good. Now, we'll head up the other end and we will look at the railway up this end. So once again, the railway, this one only needs to be a terminal. I reckon we can bring it round like that. And just join that up. Too much curvature. Double like that. And then we want to do the same over here. We want to put a bus line in. So, and we want one down the bottom here. So we want it to be near the railway station. And then I reckon it can come up here. Up to here. That covers all of that. And then from there it can come down to there. And it can head down here. So it's going to go there, there. There. And probably then there. Alright, that'll do for the bus, Indianapolis bus route. So now we need to start putting our laying our track in. I want to keep this as close to the road as possible, but I don't necessarily want it to be linking with the road all the time. There we go. That can follow the road and it can come down like that. Yep, that's fine. Alright, and then what we want to do is we want to bring I want to run a second line, not all the way, but just like that, just so there's a bit of a turnout. Duplicate segment. Alright, can come down there. How far down do I want that to come? Probably just before this road. That should be enough. Alright, so if we bring that to about here. And then that can curl in there. Okay. Now, let's set up that line. So new line. And we want it to go from there to there. Now what does that do? Okay. So what we want to do is we want to put some that one would be on that side, wouldn't it? Be on the right hand side. Yep. as you come down here, there we go. So those two signals basically just allow us to, when the train's coming down, as long as there's nothing along here, it'll be free to move. And this one, as long as there's nothing along here, it'll be free to move. Yep. Yep, that's good enough. All right, so line 1, that's the Chicago, Indianapolis, passengers. Okay. Alright, so we can get that. So that's our first full line in. Now we've got to do is just add the depot, which could just be added onto the end here. Just like that. Okay. Alright, so that one's ready to go. That's ready to rock and roll. So what we then need is we need to set up a bus network in here, and for that we're going to need a depot. The depot can just come down here. You can just sit there, and we need a depot up here. Once again, that can just go here. All right. So we haven't bought any vehicles yet, but we've got our rail line, our passenger line, going backwards and forwards. We've set up our bus network in here, so they'll be delivering people to the train, and bus network here. We're delivering livestock from here to here, and here to here. And then what we can do is we can use this bus stop here, and in fact, because I've got the overlay on, this is actually, that's not the one we want to deliver to, is it? We can probably deliver to this one here. That'll cover most of that. Now I'm thinking that I'm going to be wanting to transport I only want a small one from here into Chicago. So that'll be that. Now we're going to want to deliver from here to here, from here to here. And the whole thing is centered around this thing here. Alright, so let's start this happening. And initially what we can do is we can transport some of these goods into the various cities to make some money that way from it. So I'm going to do this with trucks as well. And just put a depot, a truck stop there, and truck stop here. Might actually put this as a large truck station, and I can put that at the end there. That will still capture that. That's good. And then we want to do the same over this side. So, a small one. There. And then we will put a larger one here. All right, how are we looking now? Looking okay. Alright guys, I'm going to call this one here, just because time's getting on. We've got everything set up here now, so now we just need to go through, set up the lines, and purchase some vehicles and get it all running. So this first episode, obviously a bit of a setup episode, and then we take it from here and see if our setup is going to be good enough. So let's just quickly recap. We've got our passengers here, train going between there. We've got some moonshine being delivered that's going to be delivered into Chicago. We've got a delivery from here to here to here for food, and then we can deliver from here to here. In fact, we could take some all the way over to Detroit if we wanted to. Might be a little bit far to do that. And then we've got stone going from here to be processed, oil going from here to be processed, and we can deliver those to the various cities in the meantime. And then basically we'll end up, I'd imagine, well, we know we're going to have to deliver this to here. So this is what the whole thing is centered around, the Indianapolis racetrack. So we've only set up the one line so far, which is the passenger line between here and between Indianapolis and Chicago. Just needed to set that one up to make sure that the turnout was working properly. And yeah, so we're pretty well set to go. And we've still got 9.28 million. But that's going to go down pretty quick as soon as we start buying these, because we're going to be wanting to have 2 trains, and then there's going to be a lot of trucks on the road. So, but that's all for the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you all next time. I'm Raid0AU, signing out.